what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful.
So for this trip, Michelle and I went to Western Australia to primarily see a few species of mammal in the wild. Our first stop was Rottnest Island to see the adorable quokkas in the wild, and it doesn't take very long before you start seeing them once you get to the island. How'd you know? The bays around Rottnest Island are just beautiful. You can get around the island by bike, and the snorkeling is fantastic in the clear water. Here's a couple of quokkas having a dust up, but you get that on the island. The quokkas are in great numbers there. On the mainland they're quite rare, and that's because of more predators. And of course, before we left, we had to do some quokka selfies. This place is called Green Pool, and it is kind of just like a giant pool. And just next to it is a place called Elephant Rocks, and it kind of goes without saying, especially from above, they look like elephants. Both are absolute cracking spots. So then we were going to take a crack at looking for Numbats, but a storm front was coming in, the rain was just about to start, that was going to shut everything down, but on the storm front this carpet python was on the move. That was an absolute bonus because I hadn't seen a southwest carpet python before, so this was not what we were looking for at the time, but it was an absolute bonus and something I'd always wanted to see. Throughout this video, a lot of the footage was handheld with the zoom lens, so bear with us, it's just a bit shaky. By the time I got the tripod out, a lot of the animals were gone. Finally, we got to see wild Numbats. When we finally pulled up and looked across and saw our first one, the moment was just amazing. our first attempt at looking was too hot, our second attempt at rain, and on our third attempt we were starting to give up hope. But what actually happened was we ended up seeing 3 within 15 minutes of each other. So when the conditions were just right, it all happened. Numbats, once they're up and about, are really active little mammals, and this one was digging underneath a hollow log, presumably looking for termites, which is their diet, and getting really dusty in the process. This little one darted across the track on a mission with a mouthful of sticks. This is the third numbat. Look at that butt camouflage blend in. Then we got to see the Carnaby's black cockatoo. They were busy having a feed. They were on our absolute want list of things to see. Our next mission was to go look for honey possums, and after about 20 minutes of looking, as the morning was getting warmer and starting to wonder if we'd maybe missed them because it was getting too hot, we stumbled on them and we saw about 5, and watching these little cuties did not disappoint at all. So seeing these little honey possums out during the day goes against everything possum in Australia, because most of our possums are primarily nocturnal, and being so small you'd think it'd make them vulnerable to aerial predators like birds of prey, but yet here they were, and it was just fantastic to watch. So we wound up the trip by going to Hamelin Bay to see the giant rays. I absolutely love stingrays. We'll always spend time just watching them and admiring them. We also got to finally see western ringtail possums. They're critically endangered because of urbanisation, and it was my first time seeing them. I tell you what, WA, it just never disappoints. It's absolutely beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's down the bottom to the top. Western Australia is just absolutely magnificent.